Just grab them in the brisket.
Another one is my lone shoe theory. I don't know if you guys ever seen this, but you driving down the road or maybe walking or hiking or whatever, you always come across just one shoe. Like, it's always just one shoe.
Where's the other shoe at?
You never see a pair of shoes, a pair just sitting there. Whether you're going down the highway or whatever, you're like, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I see that shit all the time.
We saw that Sunday at Crystal Beach.
Yeah.
There was a sandal.
Just one sandal.
On the road, back and forth to get from the houses to the beach. It's like, because now I'm thinking about, when's the last time? But a lot of times I associate that with people getting ran over, fucking shoes just flying off somewhere, so. That's what happens. That's how hard you get.
Alden sees a shoe. Oh, shit, somebody died.
Welcome back. Welcome in, guys. This is the Grab 'em in the Brisket podcast. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Alden, go ahead and give them the business where they can get a hold of us.
Guys, we need your feedback, man. We're on all the social medias. You got Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can email us, grabeminthebrisket@gmail.com. Get a hold of us. Give us your feedback. Good, bad, indifferent. It don't matter. We love it all.
Yeah, we want your stories, want your barbecue wins, your fails.
And your secrets. Give me all your barbecue secrets.
Let's just jump right into it. How's everybody's week been today?
We've got to. Let me go. You know what? Since y'all are just playing coy, right? That's a good word.
Let me tell you about my week.
Perfect, John. Tell me about your week.
So last week I started my low-calorie diet. By the weekend I had quit. This week I started keto.
You've already quit?
No, I didn't quit yet. No, I'm doing good, actually. That's why you guys are drinking beer and I'm sucking on this can of water.
You can have whiskey, sir.
I don't believe that's keto.
Mandy drinks whiskey.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do some research on that.
Mandy drinks whiskey.
Mm-hmm. That's good, John. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Have you lost any?
Yeah, I'm down like 6 pounds maybe.
Oh, that's solid, man.
In one day?
Oh, like 4 days.
Okay. That's probably not healthy weight to be losing.
It's probably just from stopping drinking beer.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yep, I'm right there with you then. So.
Well, don't let me turn you into an alcoholic, but yes, you can have whiskey, according to Mandy, on that keto diet. So
I feel like people just make up shit like no, popcorn's good for you.
That works for them. Yeah, it just works for her. It may not work for everybody.
3 course today.
So you can have whiskey, but you can't have vodka.
I believe she said you can have vodka too. I don't know.
No.
But she does drink whiskey on this keto diet. So
I did buy you a bottle of Topo Chico over there, John.
Nice.
Boom.
Yes, I can put that to use.
I didn't know if that was part of your keto diet.
Well, we do know where we can't get ice from if we need ice for that drink that he's going to make. Isn't that correct, sir?
Yeah, my ice machine doesn't work. Had a really lovely week. So,
well, tell us more about it.
Yeah. So I was out today, and I got the lovely text message from the wife that says, "Hey, just FYI, the ice machine doesn't work. Oh, and everything's unfrozen and thawed out in the freezer. So apparently the freezer's gone out too." So of course I get this message as I'm basically setting up for this podcast here, and so I basically just walked straight home, walked in, and go straight to the freezer. I'm trying to figure out what this is. What is this? Yeah, it's a burrito problem. That's what it is. When people shove burritos in the freezer and don't allow the door to close all the way, and that stays that way for, I don't know, a couple of days, then generally speaking, you don't have anything that's going to be frozen.
Stuff tends to thaw out at that point.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Your ice machine don't make ice either. I'm just putting, it's 1 + 1 = 2. There's little things that So.
Was there any meat in there?
Yeah.
Briskets,
there's
ribs,
meat.
stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll be cooking. So that's a lovely little thing to walk home to.
Well, that's perfect. Yeah. So you got to cook it tomorrow. Tomorrow's opening day of football.
It is,
at least for NFL.
Yeah,
but
I've got plenty of meat to cook up.
There
so
you go.
I'm excited, dude. Opening new football, man.
Dude.
Oh, man. We've been waiting for this for, I don't know.
It's been a few months.
It's been
since February.
For sure.
So.
Yeah. Growing up in the Houston area, of course, everybody loves the Oilers. They have since moved off, and now we have the Texans. But back in the day, we used to get kind of, as kids, me and Jan used to get kind of drug around a little bit, and we would go visited a couple of like little bars, little ice houses, whatever the mom and dad wanted to go stop at. But one particular one that they went to, which was close to where they worked at, and which was relatively close to the Astrodome, was this bar that was called Laddie's Ice House. And it was something that all the players, the Oilers I'm speaking of, love to go after practice, especially during preseason, during training camp. After they would train, they would go hit up this place and literally just knock back beers. I mean, they would bring these rookies in and do a little rookie hazing. And so their deal was...
When fun was allowed.
For sure, yeah. Their deal was they had this probably 3 beer funnel, and they would fill it up, and then they would give it to the rookie or rookies, and they would have to chug all 3 beers. And after they got finished chugging the beer, they would have to blow the foam onto the roof of this bar. And if they could not blow the foam onto the roof of the bar, they had to do it again. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like something that would be easier the second
How
time.
high was this roof?
It wasn't that high. It was probably maybe about the high as the ceiling in my
probably.
That's high
garage.
enough,
8
man.
to 10 feet.
After you
right?
just chug, you're out of breath. Well,
Like,
they're big guys. For
They're
sure.
not like you and I. Right. They're more of like,
They can
well,
really-
not you, John, either. They're not like you. They're like James, right?
So they're
Passive, just sweet guys, probably about 5'8", 5'10", just super nice.
Yeah, none of them were on steroids or any type of like performance enhancing type stuff.
They're like 6'6" and 285, and
That's a large
basically
human
their pinkies filled up the funnel tube, right? That's how their hands are just so massive, right? And then you got some 21, 22-year-old kid in there in the bar. He's probably 22, 23, and then now he's forced to just, well, they all loved it. They all loved
Yeah.
it.
And, I mean, you can imagine me and Jan were probably maybe
12?
12 years old.
Yep.
I mean, freaking kid in the candy store. I mean, we're sitting there right there in the mix of all these Oiler players, and more specifically, I mean, it was the Oilers' offensive unit. So you had the offensive line. I'm pretty sure there was some wide receivers there. I don't think Moon was there.
No,
I think
never saw
Moon
him.
was he was the guy who's like, nah, he's doing his own little thing. But the whole rest of the offensive unit would come together, drink, I guess basically just build camaraderie and just like, get ready for the football season. Me and
place.
Jan, we're like, okay, let's get some autographs. I mean, what else you gonna do? So, and the only thing we can really get our hands on, being in a bar setting, is like styrofoam cups. And so we're like, well, this will do. So
Yeah, but it wasn't, if you remember right, it wasn't that we just decided to do this. We never would have approached these people in a bar, right? Like my parents knew a couple of the players. So it wasn't like we just, like 2 12-year-old kids walked to a bar and with styrofoam cups saying, give me your autograph, right? So one of the players was like, hey, James, I think they gave us the cups. He gave us like, here, go, let's get some autographs.
Oh,
or whatever,
yeah.
Right? So
super nice guys. I mean, they were just like, hey, knocking back their beers, gave us the cup to go get autographs, and so we're just, okay. I mean, it was like a freaking scavenger hunt to us. I mean, we're sitting there going to every offensive lineman and every
Different tables.
different tables, and they're all sitting at different tables, and we're getting everybody's autograph, and I mean, we're just stoked. We get to probably the last gentleman, and he's off in the corner by himself, and he was a little bit smaller, and we knew who he was, and it was the kicker, the Al Degreco, the kicker. Yeah. So we're like, well, let's go get Mr. Del Greco's autograph, and that's pretty much how we approached it. We like, Mr. Degreco, can we get your autograph? And he was kind of a jackass. He was like, what did he tell us? He was like, basically just beat it.
yeah, it's like, no, just get no, beat it, kid.
Didn't have time for it.
not doing that.
He's busy doing whatever it is.
They didn't
he's
have
doing.
cell
Nothing.
phones like that
He's
back
doing
then.
nothing.
It's not
He
like
was
he
sitting
was
by yourself with a
doing
crossword
nothing.
puzzle or something. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was on the Twitter.
Yeah.
And I mean, after going from table to table and meeting all these players, and everybody was so cordial and nice, just like, oh, here you go, good kid, man, yeah. We get to this one last person, and it was just rejected. It's just like you felt dejected and just like, what? You're not supposed to say no? We sat there for a second, which, I mean, for me, it felt like longer than what it was. But I mean, all of a sudden, the table right next to us just happened to be the offensive line for the Oilers, and they just all stood up at once because they obviously overheard this rejection.
Yeah, we started to walk off. We were fine.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks.
No big deal.
Don't want it.
Yeah, butthole.
Yeah.
And so the whole offensive line just stands up and just pretty much surrounds Al Degreco.
What were the words that they said? You remember, James? You're going to sign this, or
we're going to kick your ass all up and down this bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Almost wish he hadn't signed it. Did he sign it?
He signed.
He signed it. Graciously, he
we
signed it.
we were like, we didn't even want to walk back over to him. We were like, we're good. We don't want.
We don't
any,
need his autograph.
We don't. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't like him.
They were like, get over here now. You sign the cup. I mean, he was just like. I mean, penmanship was nice, right?
Well, he's probably going to look for extra cups just to sign you extra autographs.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he was like,
I don't want to catch
whatever
this
else
ass
you need,
whooping.
little boys.
Yeah.
To my two favorite fans.
Yeah.
Can I wash your car?
Yeah. That was cool. That was a cool moment.
But yeah, super stoked for the football season to roll around.
Sure.
So, probably the wives aren't super stoked for football season to roll around, but I mean, hey.
Let me tell you what happened to me yesterday, guys. I had a little bit of a problem. I've been talking about my garage to my family, my son. I've been asking him a little bit. He's not really got on board with helping me, but I need to clean my garage a little bit, right? I usually do this in the springtime or do this, right, spring cleaning, but it's just driving me nuts. It's not organized like I want it to be, and I want it to be organized. So I took a few boxes out yesterday. It's like 3 or 4 boxes, and there's like one little blanket or something, right? I thought, you know what, just throw it in the back of the truck. I mean, trash is not going to come for another day. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. I was like, I'll just take it over to the dumpster. And let me stop right here. Think about this in your head, guys. Y'all, we all go and throw some stuff away. We're not killing Mother Earth, right? We're not dumping contaminants on the ground or whatever else. I did not realize this is actually a big deal.
I mean, eventually it does end up into the ground.
Well, James,
It's just somebody else puts it in the ground for us.
You can. There's
And they
recycling
incinerate it,
centers,
though.
so we have
Correct.
recycling centers and everything else.
Was that where you went? The recycling center?
Yeah, I went to a dumpster.
And just to preface this is on a holiday weekend. So
After a holiday weekend, but I didn't put any trash. I didn't bring any. Like I said, I brought a couple of boxes they're kind of big boxes that I kind of broke down. 4 boxes and a blanket, right? Small little blanket. I thought, probably not that small. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of a quite large blanket. That's kind of one of the reasons why I really wanted to take it to the thing, you know. So, which by the way, it looks like shit or trash when you have a blanket outside your house, just sitting there waiting for their.
Put it in a bag.
Just wouldn't
trash
fit.
bag?
Wouldn't fit.
Wow, that's a big blanket.
It's a big blanket, man.
I have big trash bags.
it
Too.
is like
I
a
know.
California King.
California
comforter.
King UGG blanket.
Ugg blanket.
Yeah,
That sounds expensive.
it was expensive, but it's old. Found it in my garage, just kind of tucked away, just sitting in their garage for last probably 2 months. Yeah,
Did you say UGG?
UGG.
blanket?
Yeah,
Like the boots?
yeah, yeah. They're nice, man. They're soft.
They
Hey, I
pretty much
recommend
make
them.
everything nowadays.
I recommend
kidding.
them.
I saw some, not to
No, go ahead and interrupt.
side trail you there,
Yeah.
but sidetrack. I
Interrupt
saw
all you
some.
want.
I saw
it
some.
Interrupt me. See how that works out for you.
I saw some
Nope.
UGG sandals
Huh.
That's
for.
weird.
I'm pretty sure almost 152 bills. Horrible. Just disgusting.
Wasn't the whole premise of UGG boots and stuff like that for warm,
to keep your feet warm.
to keep you warm?
To keep
And
you
you
warm.
got sandals.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead, Jan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, those are to keep your feet warm in cool weather or hot weather.
Quick recap.
Yeah.
You're dumping a huge blanket and some boxes
Dumping
in a
a
dumpster.
blanket in a dumpster. It takes me like 15 seconds to unload these boxes, right? Because they're empty. There's nothing.
Just cardboard box.
Cardboard boxes, James. So I put them in the thing, and next thing you know,
You put them. Okay.
I put them in the dumpster.
You put them in a dumpster, and where's this dumpster located?
It's at the front of my the front of my neighborhood is there's an apartment complex there. So it's behind that is our neighborhood, where there's houses, and they have like I don't know, probably 6 to 8 dumpsters over there. Right, that's their dumpsters, I guess. Right.
Yeah. I guess they belong to the apartment complex.
So I did not understand or really think about the difference because I do live in this city, right? So I live like a block away And I just kind of figured like, okay, I pay for my water and I trash,
Right.
and they pay for water and trash. It really not really a difference, right?
Probably the tenants.
What I'm already paying, like, so it's like so everybody's
probably
paying
the tenants
Pearland, right?
pay their
That's
own
where-
gas.
Yeah, that's
their
where we
own
live.
trash and stuff like that.
So really and truthfully, it's not really to me. I was like, it's like I live out of town, right? I live in like League City or Houston. I drove to Pearland to dump something. Right?
I live in Louisiana, and I'm
Yeah,
going to drive over
yeah.
here to Houston to
dump
dump
my
trash.
blankets and my cardboard boxes. So this guy pulls up and he's like, "Hey, Mr. Moore." I was like, "Hey, how are you?"
He knew your name.
Yeah. I was like, "Hey, how are you?" He's like, "Jan Moore, right?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Do I know you?" He's like, "Nope, you're illegal dumping. You're illegal dump." I can't even talk right now. I'm so aggravated. I was up till midnight last night thinking about this. All right, so
Like, for a split second, did you think maybe he recognized you from the podcast?
Yeah, you
I
recognized
thought he
his
did recognize me
voice
for sure.
from the podcast.
for sure, not for the podcast, just
He's like,
recognize.
this guy
him.
knows
Yeah,
me.
he knows me. I know him. I didn't know him because I was like, "What is your name, sir? I don't know you." I'm standing there. I'm like, "Okay, yeah." He goes, "Hey, this is illegal. What you're doing?" And I was like, kind of nonchalant about it. I was like, "Ha, nah, I don't think so." All right, thanks. And I'm like going to get to the last box. I'm just gonna chunk it in real quick, you know. He's like, "Sir, turn around." And I'm like looking over at him, and he's like, "This is illegal. I'm a cop." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm sorry.
Was he in uniform?
No, he's just in his truck. He's got somebody on speed dial or on speakerphone, and I guess it's dispatch. He's called into his dispatch. He's already ran my plates. That fast.
Off duty cop.
Off-duty cop.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
What a douche.
now, so I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, is this real? Is this like fake or something? You know, it's not, like I said, it's not like one of my neighbors went out and purchased a dumpster and decided to like do a home remodel. To me, I'd be like, okay, that's clearly their dumpster. I understand that.
It's sort of the same thing.
Well, not really, because these are fixture dumpsters that are there every single day.
Uh-huh.
They get picked up every week. My trash gets picked up every week.
Well, okay, so
It's
let me
all
put
part
it
of the
this
city
way.
at that
For the residents.
Yeah, correct.
If I
So
roll over to your house and fill your dumpster up with my trash, that's fine?
Or in the front
Yes,
of your, in the front of
truthfully,
your
I wouldn't
house.
care at all. No,
in the front
I
of
don't.
your house.
I don't care. So I did a lot of searching last night, just looking at this and thinking about this. I ran across a couple articles, a couple of douchebags like just blasting people. But to be honest with you, I did not know that it was illegal.
I mean, we've all done it here. I mean, we've dumped at this apartment complex, and there's no gates in this apartment.
There's
complex.
nothing saying posted private
It
property.
literally, you leave our neighborhood and then you go into this apartment complex. So I mean, last I recall, I mean, I don't remember seeing signs that said
No dumping.
you couldn't dump.
Fines.
Well, no, yeah,
Maybe there is.
Or
Maybe
how
there
about
is.
private trash cans? If I'd have saw that, I wouldn't have put anything in there.
Private property.
Right. So I'm standing there looking at this cop, and I'm just like, I say, "I'm sorry, man." I say, I think maybe I'm mistaken, or maybe you're mistaken, but I was like, I live right. He goes, "Yeah, you live like 3 streets over." This guy basically just he just comes off super rude, just like confrontational. I get maybe you're a cop and you have to be that way. Maybe that's the way you're just ingrained or something. But I probably had enough. I don't talk a lot of shit. I don't get lippy or anything else. I probably was so aggravated yesterday. I was kind of wanting the guy to get out of the vehicle, to be honest with you. Like, I was just like, just get out of the vehicle, man. I know you want to right now. So I know I started pushing the buttons a little bit with him. And so in the beginning, I'm very nice. I'm very cordial. I was like, "Sir," I apologize. I did not know that was illegal. And as soon as I said it, he fires back, "Don't play dumb with me. You know. You know." That's how he's talking, right? You know. And I'm like, "Okay, no, I know. I didn't know, actually." He goes, "Yeah, you do." I said, "No, I didn't know. I live 3 or 4 streets over. Like, I live here. Like, I pay my taxes and my water bill and my trash bill, which is the same as this place." I said, "I just didn't want this sitting out on the street. Maybe it rains. Maybe it just causes a big mess or something. I didn't want that, you know." At this point, he's already yelling. I kind of walk away for a second, cause I know I'm fixing to like start yelling back at him, and so I nicely walk over. I was like, "Okay, so what do we do here? Like, what do we like? I'll just take this out or whatever." And he's like, "No, I'm calling the police. They're coming out." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. Call them out, man." I said, "I really didn't know." At this point, he's probably smarted off like 4 or 5 times. Just being a freaking jerk, right? So at this point, I've already lost it.
Does he live in those apartments, you think?
I think so. Yeah, he's like a security officer or whatever. So I've already lost it. I'm looking at him and I was like, hey, excuse me, what part of my demeanor warrants this type of conversation that we're having? Like I said, I think you're being super rude. I think you're being an asshole. He is automatically just like, you don't talk to me like that, I'll take you to jail. That's how he just responds to everything. I'll take you to jail. And then I'm looking at him and I'm like, I think you're mistaken because you ain't taking me to jail. And then he's looking at me. He's like, I'll take you to jail. I was like, you ain't doing shit. You're not even from this city. You ain't taking nobody to jail. I said, in fact, why don't you move your car? You're blocking traffic. And he's basically like, you don't tell me what to do. And I was like, move your damn car. You're blocking traffic. Go on, move your car. Come on, move your car. Come on, move your car. The whole time he's looking at me. I said, sir, move your effing car. Let's go. Move your car. You're blocking traffic. Look at you, blocking traffic. Come on. I know you want to move your car. So
I'm going to move my car, but it's not because you're telling me to
exactly,
move my car.
Exactly. So he finally he shoots forward. I thought he was going to get out of his vehicle. I was like, okay, he's going to get out of his vehicle, and I'm probably going to get arrested now, right? My mind's already made up. I was like, I'm just going to get arrested. It's fine. He stays in his vehicle though, which is, I probably kind of respect that a little bit because I think I did push his buttons right there. I'm glad.
Think?
He was a bigger guy. He probably would have pummeled me, to be honest with you. Or maybe he wouldn't. Maybe old guy Rick gets a... No, I'm just kidding. No, I wouldn't have done anything. And very thankful he did stay in his car because at this point I was pretty heated. I did walk away from it and stood there, and he basically came back and said, hey, I already called the police. I already had my phone out. I was like, I'm already calling the police at this point. I'm like, dude, I can't get them here fast enough so I can get out of here. I just want to leave. I feel embarrassed a little bit, right? It's kind of a moment you get after this. And then I just really hatred for this guy. So last night at midnight, I went back and I put all of my blanket and my boxes in the back of his truck.
You did not.
I did.
He knows where you live.
Doesn't know it's my stuff.
What?
So dumb.
He just saw you do it.
I'm telling you right now, I was laying in bed at like 11:45 last night. I could not take it anymore. I'd already Googled, exhausted all of my resources. So I already had everything still in the back of my truck, right? And so I just drove over there, drove around the neighborhood.
So wait, the stuff was still in the back of your truck?
Yeah, I pulled everything out. Like I said, I'd already pulled all the boxes out. So I found his truck because I looked over and I put everything in the back of his truck. I'm guilty. Take me to jail.
Did you check to make sure the boxes weren't marked with your address?
Yeah, I dusted them already. There's no fingerprints. There's nothing left. It's going to trace me back to my house. There's no DNA.
This recording right
here.
here.
This recording right here. So come do it, right? Come on with it.
Would have been awesome if you would have just told him, it was like, hey, have you ever seen a Texas Ranger badge before?
I should have said that.
Because I have.
I got a... What did I get? I got a criminal trespassing warning charge. That's what I got out of this, by the way. Cops showed up. They were serious.
The cops did show up.
Yeah, apparently the police department showed up. That's for sure. So, yeah, they were super nice. They were cool about it. The guy was like, "Why'd you do that?" I said, frankly, I didn't know that was a big deal. He could look in the back of my truck and see there was like 4 little items. He was like, "Okay, like whatever." This guy's obviously just lost it or just had enough of illegal trash and dumpster, which is like whatever.
Just keeps him up at night that he just sits there and just thinks about people just dumping trash bag after trash bag into their dumpsters.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to go back over there. I will get arrested. That's what they told me. You can't be over here. You don't live here. So now my other thing is
can't even visit?
No, that's the deal. So if I know somebody that lives there,
what if I move over there?
So I thought about renting an apartment there just so I could live there, so I could dump shit in there and still have an address at 2915, right?
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
That's what I'm thinking about. So if we can get like a GoFundMe, that's what I really want.
Yeah. Listeners, send in money.
Give me 1 month of rent just so I can just pile as much shit over there that I want.
Yes, let's fill up all 8 dumpsters.
Yes, thank you.
We're gonna get we'll start a Kickstarter fund or a GoFundMe fund.
That's what I need because I literally can't get this guy out of my head. I'm not crazy. I'm not saying I'm doing something crazy. I'm just saying that it really just, I did not appreciate, I don't appreciate assholes. So.
Well, let's slide in and start talking a little bit about, I don't know, barbecue. I mean, you guys want to go into the barbecue segment, trying to come up with a topic point for us to
Converse about barbecue?
converse about barbecue. And it just sounds so weird.
So I've got one for you, James.
Yes.
This Monday, we just had, I went over to James's house.
Which is the
He was
reason
in
it was a holiday. Did not pick up the trash.
I didn't put any trash out. I just did this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why you had to keep it.
No, I did all
Day.
that. I made that all Tuesday. It was all a Tuesday deal.
Damn it! I was trying
So
to. I was
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
get your back.
no,
Damn
no,
it.
no. I take care of my own stuff. But so James had a awesome little barbecue this Monday. Tell him your little method on these baby back ribs, man, because they were phenomenal. Like, I'm not saying secret rub or anything. I'm just saying your cooking method you did on this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, not super secret, and I mean the rub's not super secret, but I mean, baby back ribs are phenomenal, and I think we've probably thrown a Twitter poll out there trying to figure out what everybody likes as far as ribs go, because you got your baby backs, you got your spare ribs, you got your St. Louis cuts, all that stuff like that. So I like all of them, and they all have their, would you say, benefits, their pros and cons, so to speak. Your spare ribs, you're going to have a crap ton of meat. So, I mean, this thing comes and it looks like it's probably about as wide as a brisket and it's about as long as a brisket. So, I mean, it has the rib tips and the little shoulder blade that's still on it. So, plenty of meat.
Right.
And then St. Louis cut, you take the spare rib and then you basically just cut that back plate, that backbone off of it, and you have a St. Louis cut.
It's almost like a knuckle, right?
Pretty
or something.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Twitter poll, it looked like overwhelmingly like baby back ribs won out on all of them. So it looks like they won about 54%, with St. Louis cut coming in at 27%, which St. Louis cut is what we do in our competition. So going back to what Jan was saying, so I picked up a couple of baby back ribs, and again, I'm by no means the expert at cooking this, but I threw it on my Traeger, basically just rubbed it down with mustard, and then just hit it with a salt and pepper rub, just SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. And then I went ahead and threw a little extra Tony Chachere's, which is a Cajun spice.
Yeah.
Give it a little bit more of a heat to it. So smoked that 275 for about 2 hours, and then the meat started drawing off the bone pretty good. So once I got to that point, I was like, okay, so I need to ratchet up the heat so I can get like a nice little, kind of like a sear, a little bit of a crust to it. So I had my Weber already fired up. I was doing some links, and I think I was grilling some veggies or whatever it was. So threw the baby backs onto the Weber, seared kind of both sides, let it sit off on the side. I think probably maybe another hour, maybe 30 minutes, and that was it. I mean, they were ready to go. Pull them off, let them rest for like about 10, 15 minutes, and then start slicing and cutting off. I mean, cooking those things are totally different from doing like St. Louis cut. I mean, St. Louis cut or the spare rib, because you want to cook those a little bit more low and slow, so that meat kind of renders. On the baby backs, I mean, there's not a whole lot of meat on there, and what meat there is, it's super tender and juicy. So I mean, you can get away with only cooking it for like, what would I would say, probably maybe 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours max. But
They were
solid.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
They were really good. Yeah.
They were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal is a good
sauce.
word. Yeah.
No sauce, by the way.
Yeah, no sauce.
No sauce.
I came across an article the other day, and they were talking about barbecue myths, and that kind of got me thinking a little bit. And so my wheels started spinning, trying to come up with my own barbecue myths, and I figured we can probably throw them around and have a little discussion about it and see if you guys think that's true or not, and whatever you have to add on to that as well. Okay, so one of the myths that I came up with was barbecue sauce is not a great marinade. I mean, I've seen it all over the internet where they're like, doing some barbecue chicken, go ahead and just dump it in the barbecue sauce, just coat it, and then let it sit for a couple hours, and then you can throw it on the grill and start cooking. and it's just super fantastic, and the flavor is great, but it's gonna burn, right?
I guess it depends on the sauce, how sweet it is, but
How much
it
sugar?
seems like you're just using it as a binder at that point or something, right?
I would
guess that
agree. It's like
depends.
using
Or a
mustard
mask.
or mayo, right?
Right. It's
like a
Use
mask.
mayo in your bread,
Yeah.
toast it up.
But if you use any type of sauce to marinate in and that has a high level of sugar, then it's just gonna burn.
It would burn very fast. Yeah.
It's gonna burn pretty quickly. I mean, especially if you're grilling. Maybe if you're doing like an indirect type cooking on an offset smoker, that you might be able to, but still, that's probably like a couple hours that piece of meat's going to be on the grill to cook, and that's just a lot of time for that sugar to just sit there and caramelize and then go well past the caramelization phase and go right into smack dab burnt, bitter, tastes like shit.
Trash.
Throw it in the trash. Ordering a pizza, so as John says. Another one, Jan may have some thoughts on this. Cooking brisket fat side up makes the meat more juicier.
So I do have a lot of thoughts on that one. Actually, probably one thought that comes to mind is myth. To me, it's a myth. I've tried it. I've done it. I've cooked them both ways. I think heat rises. And then you're in a chamber and heat pushes down from the top of the chamber, right? It's kind of a swirling or moving throughout your pit. I get that kind of, but I think that I would rather have the fat side down for me, and it protects the meat, versus fat side up, where it's not going to, I mean, it's a piece of meat doesn't allow drippings to run through the meat all the way to the bottom. It pulls and then it runs off the top, right? I mean, so yeah, that's, to me, it's a myth. Like, it's,
Yeah, I think where it comes down to, or what really comes into play, is what you're cooking the brisket on. So if you're cooking on something that has a lot of heat coming from the bottom, you're probably going to want to put that fat side down to kind of help provide a barrier to the meat. If you're doing indirect, I don't think it really matters if it's if it's fat side up, fat side down.
no, I don't
Doesn't
think it
matter.
matters, but there's nothing worse than I hate watching is some person slice a piece of brisket and they start slicing from the top, and like 2 inches of it is just the fat, and then they go into the piece of meat. I think it looks ugly. I think it doesn't, you're not adding to the taste.
Right. I
in,
say
in
just
any way.
trim most of that stuff off anyway and don't worry about it.
Yeah. And what you're referring to is pretty much every barbecue restaurant nowadays.
Without a doubt.
They cook fat side up, and then they're slicing right into fat until they get to the meat.
Does not look attractive. I don't mind having fat, but I'm putting 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of fat barrier on the bottom side. Or leave. I like the fat brings flavor, and I do like that.
Yeah.
But you want it to render. I don't want a glob of fat to be on the meat when I'm going to eat it. That just, it tastes like grease, right? You're losing the flavor of the meat over that, I think. But fat side down. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Get your
And
shit together.
some of the stuff that I read, or some of the people that were, posting about it. Okay, so you put it fat side up, and then as the brisket cooks, and not just brisket, I mean pork butt or whatever else you can think of that maybe have a fat cap or something, you cook it that way, and then as the meat cooks, the meat bastes in its own juices, its own fat that's just dripping and juicing and going through the meat. That's total bullshit. I mean, there's no way that this fat permeates through the meat.
No, it doesn't. Because the brisket, the meat you're using already is lined with fat. Like, it's called marbleization,
Yeah.
right? That's what you're getting. You're getting that. That's the fat that's keeping. Get a good piece of meat, and then you don't have to worry about that. But that's the fat that's coming through the middle of the piece of meat. I mean, I don't know, but
The only thing
a
that-
steak is pretty tough, guys.
Yeah.
So
The only thing that the fat's doing is it's washing off your seasonings, and it's just dripping and dripping and then done. I mean, whatever. We can put that to bed. I mean, come at us. I say come at us like we're being like very combative. Come at me, bro.
Circumbative.
Circumbat us, bro. If you have a different opinion, I mean, we'd love to freaking hear it. I mean, shoot us an email, reach out, Twitter. We'd love to hear what you guys have to think about that thing. another myth that's been thrown out there is that people that cook in competition have the best barbecue out there.
I would probably agree with that as well.
And it's one of those things that it might be a little bit of subjective, but I mean, when you do a competition barbecue and you're injecting and you're seasoning and you're marinating and you're brining and you're doing all this stuff just for this one judge
To have one bite.
to get one bite, to compare that one bite to all the other little one bites that he gets from all the other competitors, and then you become, successful and you're able to win. I mean, does that make you the best barbecue pitmaster ever?
Maybe not so much the best, but I agree with the whole premise of, because the judges, they're all completely different. You know what I mean? So if you can, I don't know how many judges are judging each piece of meat every time.
You could have
depending on the cook-off. You know what I mean?
You could have 40 judges sitting out there.
Could.
You could have 10 judges try your brisket. They will score it, and then depending on how you score, it would go to a final table.
Sure.
Right, and that final table would be matched up with 10 other tables.
Right.
And then you're down to whoever wins that wins.
And I guess at that point, what I'm getting to is if you're cooking for 40 different judges, and if you're cooking at your house and there's 40 different people, and they all love it, to me that means it's pretty good barbecue, even if you don't place or anything.
And some of the stuff that I read was like, you can't open up a restaurant and cook for the people the competition style that you're used to doing.
Wouldn't be cost effective.
It
would
wouldn't
not
be cost effective. The meat would be over seasoned and just people would just get, I can't eat more of this. This is pretty bad.
So salt is one of the things that you hit on, right? So I think it's what James is referring to. It has a lot of flavor. Salt is usually one of the flavors you pick up on. But I do think you can do a competition-style brisket. And maybe you are toning down your things a little bit, but you are seeing a lot more companies pop up right now that are putting out some pretty dang good food. I don't know how well that translates into the competition world, but I know that those lines are merging and becoming more blended than what they used to be. Used to, you're like piece of meat, put some salt, put some pepper on it. That's West Texas style or Texas style brisket. You cook for a little bit, you wrapped it, that was it, right? And then pull it up and it tastes really just smoked. A smoked piece of meat is really all you're getting. But now you're getting a lot more flavors into these things, right? So I don't know. I don't know if I
I can see that. I do want to give a shout out, and I told him I would. There's a coworker of mine where I work at. So we've started doing a monthly apartment barbecue, not a cook-off, but each department's cooking barbecue every month at our job. So, and John used to own a catering business and stuff like that. He's been around cook-offs and stuff like that. So he did 5 briskets, and he did a lot of stuff. A lot of it by himself. But he had some help here and there. And but he started listening to the podcast, and I told him, I said, you know what? For your sake, you better hope that stuff's good, because I will blast you if it's not. And his brisket was very phenomenal. Very good.
Nice.
I've seen some of the methods he does. I won't say them on this podcast.
yeah, man, tell us
Yeah,
tell us
let's
the
hear
secrets.
Everything.
Does he put peanut butter on his brisket?
And bread. Yeah. And jelly. Yeah. He
Oh, that's weird.
yeah.
It's a PBJ and brisket sandwich.
But I did tell him, he's been listening. I told him I would give him a shout out.
What's his name?
John Shavers.
All right, John.
He did a good job.
So we're challenging you now, John. I want to
Yeah.
try this so-called famous barbecue, and please send some home with
And
Alden.
you know what? I was.
So we can do a
I don't know
taste
if I
test.
was the only one, but I know I was the only one that I saw that he brought my own selection of meat to me with the tongs and everything. He's like, "Here, I want you to try this." But yeah, he worked his tail off, dude, doing that, and I commend him for it because he fed basically the entire company. But he did a phenomenal job. So
Nice.
good for you,
That's
John.
cool.
Dude,
That's cool.
Yeah, we love that shit. All right, last one on my list here that I found. Barbecue can't be fast food. What do you guys think about that?
It can't be cooked fast, but it could be fast food. I mean, all it is, fast food just means it's served fast, right?
Correct.
Yeah, why couldn't it be?
Rudy's is, in that
Yeah,
in that regards, Rudy's is fast food. If you think about it, because you're ordering it
is-
and you're getting it
Yeah.
They don't have
almost
a drive-thru.
immediately.
Some of the articles, some of the stuff that I read was like it was Yeah, the idea of barbecue, cooking brisket, ribs, and all that stuff like that, that takes time to do it. But once it's all done, it's pretty easy and pretty fast to get it shelled out and served to people.
Sure.
I mean, you necessarily don't have to sit 4 hours in line to get some Franklin's barbecue.
Right.
To get some decent barbecue. One little tidbit that I did see that McDonald's used to be a barbecue restaurant.
I think wasn't that in that movie? What's that movie? The McDonald's movie.
They might have done. I have not seen that movie.
Yeah, it used to be something else before.
McDonald's started out as a barbecue restaurant, just like pretty much the whole hamburger revolution just took over and pushed all these barbecue restaurants out the door, so to speak, because burgers were fast, French fries, everything was really quick and very profitable to just push out the door and get out the door and you're done. So a lot of these restaurants, McDonald's being one, they're like, hey, we're going to focus on doing burgers, French fries, and shakes and not do the so-called barbecue. And that's pretty much their origins and how they got cranked up. And I know there's a bunch of like backstories, some backstabbing, and some really crazy shit that went along with the origins of McDonald's.
A lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about like the most lethalist of playgrounds. Because McDonald's used to have some lethal playgrounds. Like, you get your arm stuck in one of those little hamburger up there with the gel cell things on it, or the slides. I mean, stuff was dangerous.
That can be credited back just to the...
Maybe it's because I got my arm stuck in one of those. But
right. That can be credited back to probably just the 80s in general, where everything was dangerous. Nobody really gave a shit about kids back then. Yeah, they're like,
dude.
Yeah, it's cute. It's a fry guy. Look at him. Look, hey, what about the clown that comes over and Ronald McDonald used to shake your hand and be out there when you went to the McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
He'd be out there in a clown costume, some crazy guy that's, he's there, right? You're shaking his hand.
No.
You're like, as a kid, you're like, this is the greatest day of my life, but you don't know who's behind that paint.
Right.
Right?
Seagraves, Texas, which I'll bring up all the time. That's where But Did We Want to come from. But the playground they had there was like a quadruple decker, dude. I mean, that slide had to have been all of 5 foot across, and from the third deck, and the metal slide is hot, but just accidents waiting to happen. But you know what? We survived it.
Oh, for sure. And not to be that, back in my day, we did this, whatever. But let's be real. Back in our day, playgrounds were outside, not inside in an air-conditioned environment. It was outside.
Well, they found snakes in the pit balls.
Yeah.
Right?
No shade.
That's how you...
There's no awnings. There's no anything. And all that shit was made of metal.
Right.
Yeah, it's all hot.
Some plastic, but metal. So going down that slide, I mean, you're literally getting like
I can hear the noise.
burn, just like...
I can hear the noise. I can feel the temperature right now.
Do you guys remember
You could
the...
cook brisket on that thing.
What was the Hamburglar and the...
Fry guy?
Is it Fry Guy?
Yeah.
What was the other characters?
The purple one?
The
Grimace.
Grimace, yes.
Do you remember the little, I guess, kind of horse-type deals where you'd ride on them?
Yes.
And they were like a little spring.
Back and forth.
Where you sit there and just go back and forth, back and forth.
And first of all, let me say this. Y'all are bringing up McDonald's, and the whole time you're doing this, I'm thinking of Coming to America. No, they have the Whopper. No, sorry. They have the Big Mac. We have the... It's McDowell's, right? McDowell's. They have the Golden Arch. We have the Golden M or whatever. Yeah. Have you seen that before?
It's been a long time.
Yeah. So McDowell's is...
Yeah, FYI, they're making a Coming to America Part 2.
Ooh, okay. I might watch that. Might not. I don't know.
I think Eddie Murphy and Arsenio and everybody is on board for a second one.
Okay.
That's cool.
Y'all guys want to get into barbecue fails? Barbecue wins? I mean, I don't really know if we have any barbecue wins this week, per se.
Well, that's those ribs you made. It's a barbecue win. I'll tell you that.
That is true. That is true. They were delicious.
They were very delicious.
But barbecue fails. John, you're always failing. Give us one of yours.
My food is phenomenal. Always flawless. I did your poppers.
You did.
I did.
How'd you like them?
I used a different seasoning. I just used something I had.
So you did do my poppers.
I did exactly how you said to do it, minus your seasoning. I used a keto-friendly
Whiskey.
seasoning.
Okay.
And
I love how people tell
awesome.
me, "Hey, I did what you did, but I did something different."
Right, I did.
Well,
I just did it like yours, but I did it better. Yes, correct.
Right. And I love how people always say, like, if they do it, it's always better. It's a good, simple recipe, guys.
Well, it's kind of like I
Just
went
stick
down
to
the
it.
street. You told me to turn right, and I turned left.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a different outcome.
No.
You know what I
Same.
mean?
I went down the street and turned left. You would turn right.
Yeah, you should turn right.
It's fine. I get it. Go ahead, John. Tell us about your fails again. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Let me just go ahead and start off a barbecue fail that Jan did. I was there.
Well, it's got to be about Jan all the time.
I mean,
There's a lot of fails from Jan.
it was
Shit.
it
You're probably
was
right.
you. I was there, and
Yeah,
I probably
it was me.
should have known better. And this is more of a barbecue fail / safety advisement / don't do this at home, kids type deal. And with football season right around the corner, a lot of tailgating going on, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of like winning and losing, depending on who you're rooting for. I'll go back, flashback, maybe 10 years ago.
Probably.
So, and we're tailgating at the University of Houston, one of their football games, and love the team, love the campus, the stadium, which I think they've got a new stadium. Not really sure what it's called now. It's
TDECQU or something. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, dude!
what they
Just
that
call
thing.
it
Yeah,
the Cougar Stadium. I mean,
it's something
do you
weird.
really have to get like a bank to come in there and like give you $400 million so you can name it some TDYJ_ stadium? I mean, come on, guys.
It's got to be the worst named stadium there is.
No, it is. It's horrible.
College wise.
Back then, it was not called that. I think it was whatever it was called. It was not called that. But
Yeah.
yeah, whatever it is. I don't think we were overly concerned about that at that time. I mean, we're going there to drink beer, party. Being a little bit younger, you don't plan for shit. You don't like, hey, look, all I need is a grill and a parking spot and a cooler, and I'm good. We're just gonna have a good time. So we roll up, and I think we only cooked sausage. Is that what we were doing? We kept it simple, I think. And we rolled out the Old Smoky, right?
That's right.
So Jan,
That's right. When in doubt, go with that 3-foot Old Smoky.
yeah. It just, I mean, nowadays I think they have legs for those things nowadays, which is super great, but horrible just design, just being on the ground like that, and you have to bend over and
18 inches above the ground. You're hunched over, flipping shit. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a young man's grill.
right.
Yeah.
You think somebody said the same thing when they finally put legs on a chair? Because the chair's on the ground, like, oh, now they put legs on it. Oh, now I can sit up.
I'm going to say, yeah, they exactly said that. The first time that something had legs, they were like, oh my
come
God,
up
this
with
is so great. So, yes, I'm going to agree with you, Alden. Yes, they did.
I'm sitting on the ground, and now
Now
I'm
I'm
not
off
on
the ground.
Yes.
It's a chair.
Before that, it wasn't a chair. They were
No.
sitting on the ground.
Well, you can still be sitting in a chair without legs on it.
No, you can't. So,
Oh, okay.
let's end that conversation real quick.
Okay, so we fire up the grill, fire up the tunes, sitting there partying, drinking, whatever, waiting for kickoff. I mean, we got there probably a couple hours early, so we're waiting for kickoff.
Pre-gaming, son.
Pre-gaming like a mofo. Of course, hey, shout out to the Cougs and their stadium and whatever. They serve beer at the stadium.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They
Which-
do. Some stadiums
Not
don't.
very many
Not a lot of
colleges
stadiums do that.
Yeah.
You know, Rice does, I believe. Penn State, I think.
Rice only does in like a certain section, like in the end zone. And you have to drink it there, and
Yeah.
you can't take it to your seats.
I think Penn State's one like that you can
Might be.
Yeah.
just go
You ever
drink.
seen somebody beer bong like 6 beers in one section, then run back to your seat to watch a game? That's what we do over there. It's disgusting.
So, okay, so we drink, we cook, we eat, kickoff's approaching. We're like, all right, we need to tear stuff down. We need to get ready to walk to the stadium because there's probably good, like maybe a couple of blocks that we have to get to the stadium. I think we had a table there. We had the Old Smoky or whatever, and so we're breaking stuff down. And okay, so and obviously we weren't in our right minds or whatever. So Jan and his infinite wisdom, it was probably group collective effort.
No, I'm going to say I'm going to take credit for this one. First of all, it was a brand new Old Smoky for me.
Just bought it.
I'm not putting this.
You're not just gonna leave it out and have somebody steal
No.
it.
You don't know. Like you can't trust college kids for one, right?
Yeah, you can't
They
trust
see
college
shit.
kids.
They want that. They're going to take.
I want
that.
an Old Smoky.
Yeah, want one for my little balcony. I got an apartment now. Great.
So you can't leave it in the back of the truck.
First, I was like putting it in the back of the truck. But I was like, oh, you can still see the top of it. Well, that's not going to work. So I ended up pulling it out of the back of the truck, and then I've got a brand new Ford F-150 at this time. So with the weather guard floor mats, which are phenomenal, by the way. And so I figured, you know what? I'll just open the seats all the way up. And then, oh, guess what? This little Old Smoky fits. It fits right in the back seat. So I did that. I put it in the back seat.
You're an idiot.
And I closed the doors. But mind you, when we pregame, it's like we pregame the night. Pregame that shit. Let me tell you, it was a pregame. Like we may have played some beer pong with some other people. We may have consumed a shit ton of alcohol in a short amount of period. Really, to be honest with you. So at that point, putting an Old Smoky in your vehicle is logical. And furthermore, why aren't more people doing it? You know, I'm looking around like, that's getting stolen. That's getting stolen, right?
I'm so smart.
I'm not even in my right mind anymore, right? But nobody says a word to me. Everybody's just like, yeah, fine, clean it up, hurry, put it up, boom. Because I'd already done so many different things, right? So I put it in there, shut the door, and I was kind of like, last laugh on y'all. Done. And locked doors. This is like a 6-month-old vehicle, by the way, guys.
Did not crack the windows at all.
No, it's a brand new 2009 F-150, right? I'm kind of glad I didn't crack the window because I don't want to introduce any more oxygen to what already happened. But yeah, so we go to the game.
And
wait, you said 2009? So
Yeah.
you were an adult at this point.
It was a drunk adult. That's what it was. Yeah. It's a difference.
So as we're walking to the stadium, we come across what I guess is the back end of the art building at U of H, and there's a dumpster. And then as we get closer, we notice a human-like figure popping out of the dumpster. And we're like, whoa, what is this? And it's probably like from maybe a good 10, 12 feet off the sidewalk is where we're walking. We're like, whoa, hold up a second. Is me, Jan, who else is there? Felipe,
Dusty,
Dusty,
Anthony,
your son.
Yeah, he's probably there too.
Yeah. So we see this doll, and we're like, oh, time out, guys. Let's just go see what this is. So we go to the dumpster, and we pull out this doll, and it's a life-size paper mache doll that is covered in Playboy pictorials. So it's boobies everywhere, and we're like, what is happening with this? Like, somebody made this?
Is it a male doll or a female doll?
It was a female doll.
Okay.
Female doll.
Boobies.
Yep, she had
Boobies on her boobies.
She literally had boobies on her boobies.
She was well endowed. And I quit saying
Boobs
boobies.
on boobs on boobs.
Boobies just sounds like whatever.
That sounds very like
She had a nice little rack
8th grade-ish.
on her, right? Let's be honest.
So it's just the Playboy pictorials. There's no clothes on this thing.
No clothes.
Just the magazine pages.
Just
That's
all
it.
over.
Paper mache.
Any articles?
There
Did you
were
read the
No
articles?
articles. That's so weird.
Did you
I looked for articles.
Reading
James-
the articles is
James
bad.
read the articles.
Because James wants to read those things. And I was clearly looking for the pictures. But yeah, so we find this. And then initially we name her. Because that's what you do when you find stuff that you want to keep. Like you get a dog, you name your dog right then. We found paper mache Chastity, so we named her Chastity. That's what we did. We actually tried to take her to the game. And it wasn't just Playboy, which Playboy is very conservative sometimes compared to like other like Penthouse and whatever else.
Hustler.
Yeah. This thing was not conservative. This was like a bunch of different magazines.
Raunchy.
Mashed together. Yeah. They were like, not doing that. So we ran back, put Chastity up in the back of the truck, and then we scurried off to the game just to watch U of H.
I'm pretty sure U of H kicked the shit out of whoever it was.
So how ninja did y'all have to be to get that out of the dumpster without anybody seeing y'all?
Just grabbed it. Damn thing was hanging.
In the brisket?
It was barely even in the dumpster.
Yeah,
Just-
no ninja
We're
whatsoever.
talking about dumpster stuff here lately, but yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they had a permit
This
to
is
do
the trash episode.
that. Motherfuckers.
Maybe
Excuse
that
my
guy that
language.
threw it in there went to jail.
Yeah.
So yeah, U of H kicked butt. We rolled back to the parking spot. We're celebrating. We busted the cooler out back again. We busted out Chastity, and we got Chastity on her shoulders, just rolling around the whole parking lot, and people are coming up just taking pictures and just like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Whatever. So, the barbecue pit is still in the truck.
So we do come back from the game. We do rage. I did forget about the barbecue pit. So I go and open the door, and I'm like, damn, there's freaking barbecue pits in here. That's crazy, I pull it out. We pack up stuff. We put it in the back of the truck. We've got like 6 of us with this, right? Everybody gets in the vehicle. I think James drives. I'm just like, hey, I've been drinking. I can't drive, right? I'm responsible. We get home. I think we hung Chastity on James's
Basketball goalpost.
Yeah, goalpost with her arm like she was slamming a ball through. And then we went to bed. And that's really about all I don't really remember. I don't remember the ride home. I don't really, because at this point, like, I met a person at U of H that basically, I don't know, through charm or through luck or just being funny or whatever, allowed me to get free refills on my beer anytime that I wanted. So I just kept going back. Sometimes I never left the beer stand. I just stood by them and talked to them a little bit. And as I got done, I put my beer down, and they'd fill it up. And I'd say, okay, thank you. And I just keep drinking with them. Like, they weren't drinking. I was just drinking. I got so ballsy that I went back and got Dusty or whatever. I was like, yeah, you want a drink? That's fine. I'll get it for you. And I came up with 2 cups. I was like, hey, and you get both these cups filled up. Thanks, ma'am. Perfect. No problem. So I couldn't drive home. And next morning I get up, and I am furious. I am so mad. I open up the truck door, and I get in the vehicle, and I close it. I'm like, something fucking died in my truck. What is going on? Like, this is not what happened in here. Like, you know what smoldering fire is in your vehicle? It just goes like smoking in your vehicle for like 20 years. That's what it smelled like. I literally got out. I was like, this is not going to work. What happened? I'm searching everywhere. Then I find like this fine white dirt in the back seat of my truck, like the back floorboard. It's everywhere. Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck put dirt in my truck? Right? Because I don't know what happened. So I'm furious about that. I'm just aggravated, agitated. It didn't take until somebody told me, it was like, hey, you put that barbecue pit in the back seat. And once somebody said that, the light hit, and I was like, man, those were ashes. I could have burned my damn truck down. It was brand new. No, so I'm an idiot.
No one's arguing that.
Yeah.
That's a huge barbecue fail.
But don't ever put a lit barbecue pit. Well, first of all, I don't have to say this. Like, if you don't know this, then by all means, please do it. But don't put a freaking lit barbecue pit in the back seat of your vehicle.
If they don't know that, they're not old enough to even comprehend what we're talking about.
I know, man. Alcohol and bad decisions.
There's probably
right?
some dude
Fear and common
listening
sense.
to this podcast that like
May have done it, yeah.
may have done it.
Maybe.
It may have been some. Or
It's
hey,
fine.
there's younger you somewhere out there.
Right? Jan did it, so people
They're
probably
going
will
to
do
the,
it.
They're probably going to
Here's the deal.
UH game this weekend, and I guarantee you, somebody's probably getting a barbecue pit left inside their car.
I'm going to tell you right now. So on the bottom of the, which I thought I was covering whatever, but on the bottom of the Old Smoky has a little flute or the
Where you get the ashes
vent?
out.
the hole, right?
Yeah.
It allows them to drop through. So I did close that up. I was like, it's going to heat up, but it's not going to burn down, right? Yeah, it totally dropped ashes everywhere, and it almost destroyed my vehicle.
How long did it take to get the stench out?
It took probably 2 months. Yeah, it was horrible.
That's a fail for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
For
barbecue
sure.
fail. Don't put a lit barbecue pit in the backseat of your vehicle. It's not going to work out.
You probably would have much rather it gotten stolen.
Yeah.
I mean, what's a Old Smoky? $30 or something? $40?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not worth the interior
Hey,
of
when
your
you got
vehicle.
2 kids and you're 29 or something,
I guarantee you the thieves
That
would
money
have
wasn't flowing back
yeah.
then.
Well, I guarantee you the thieves would have been smart enough to dump the ashes out and take off with it. I'm out of here.
yeah, I remember actually putting it in the back of the vehicle right now and watching the ashes fall. I'm like, it's going to be good. It's rubber. It's going to burn.
Do you guys want to play a game that I like to call New Rapper Name or
yeah.
Rapper Name that I just made up using Google Autocorrect?
Yeah, I think I can tell the difference.
All right,
I
let's
will
do
play.
it. Okay. I'm gonna read you a name. You tell me if this is actual
Rapper name.
name or if it's something that I just made up.
Cool. Yeah, got it. Read on.
Are you asking us individually?
Nope.
Or can we just chime in?
I'm gonna ask you guys collectively.
Ring your buzzer.
Okay.
Ring your buzzer. Raise your
No.
hand.
No buzzer. Just go.
Raise your hand. Okay. First one, Lil Waterbed.
That's made up.
Little waterbed.
Lil
Not little.
Waterbed.
Lil.
Lil or
Lil. L-I-L.
Made up.
Lil Waterbed.
John.
Yeah, that sounds dumb. That's got to be made up.
That is a real
I
rapper.
think I was going to say, I would think so.
That's a real rapper.
Why would you think so? Why would you think that's a real rapper?
Because we see all
Hey,
kinds of crazy
Did
names,
he
man.
change his name?
No, that's his God-given name, little waterbed.
No, his rapper name. What the?
He might have changed his name to it.
I-
I don't know. Okay. We got Lil Booty Call.
Yeah,
Lil Booty Call.
that's a real.
I would say if that's not a real one, it should be.
I'm gonna say yeah too.
It is a real rapper.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
What about Lil Toenail?
No.
I'm gonna go.
Anything
yes
with
on
Lil
that
in
one.
front of it
I'm
is
going yes.
probably going to be okay to say yes, it's a rapper.
It's not, but I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you, little toenail?
What is wrong with people?
Get your shit
Dang,
together.
I thought
man.
Bob was a bad rapper name.
Get your life
they just-
together, bro.
Are they just putting Lil and just like
Lil, Lil.
randomly coming up with words and going,
Yeah.
this
Why
is
are
my
you
rapper
doing
name?
What
this to
words
yourself.
are left that aren't already
Hey.
a rapper name?
Hey, toenail. Hey, nail. Hey, nail. How's it going? Hey, Mr. Toenail. Can I get you a water? Does that sound weird to y'all?
Lil Water Bottle? That would probably be a rapper name.
It probably could be. All right. What about Booty Chain?
Booty what?
Booty Chain.
Booty chain.
Booty Chain.
Hey, Mr. Booty Chain. I'm gonna
it-
go with that's true.
Yeah, is it little booty chain or just
Nope,
booty, chain?
chain.
Nah, it's not
I
real.
would
say
have to
it's real.
say
That's real.
there's a lot of chains in the rap game, man. I would have to say that's
True
true.
chain.
It's a real one.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm bad at
You
this.
suck.
I just didn't think there's that many stupid people.
Yeah.
We got Little Hours Left.
No. Nope.
That one actually makes sense.
Little
Little
Hours Left.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no on that one.
I'm saying that one is too. I feel like you're just giving us all ones that are.
I just made that up.
Okay. Jesus, dude.
What about Email the Booty?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm going to say no on that one.
That's pretty random. I'm going to say yes just because how do you come up with that?
No,
It's not.
not.
You're
Dang it,
not
I'm
good at
so
this.
bad at
Because
this.
it's not an
John.
actual email
Oh my
address.
God.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay, so
Can we do this with country singers?
we probably could.
Yeah. Rascal.
Lil
Flatts.
Nas X.
We got $, $,
Wait,
Like written out?
dollar sign dollar.
Or is it dollar sign,
dollar
signs?
sign, dollar sign.
Oh, that's totally real.
I would have to say that's probably real.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the crowd.
That's made up.
God.
You're pretty good at this, James.
Which part?
All of it.
Okay.
Oh, man, I am so bad at this.
Lil Soda Boy,
Yes, that's real.
Lil Soda
Soda
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's real too.
I'm going to say probably negative on that one. Because that's too close to Soldier Boy. And I don't know that he would like that.
That's a real one.
Damn it.
If who would like Soldier Boy didn't like Soda Boy?
Lil Soda Boy.
Oh, Waterboy.
Now we're
That's
getting,
a good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Lil House Phone. Lil House Phone.
I feel like some people really get like creative, but
Lil Landline. I mean, come on.
Lil Internets.
internets,
Little.
internets with an S, dollar sign, internets.
That is an actual rapper, by the way.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, something's wrong. Maybe
It's Okay to Cry.
That is a chick with dad issues.
it's okay to cry.
And she's a rapper,
It's true.
I think.
I don't know, but it's a real rapper's name.
Probably a chick with dad issues.
Pookie Terrific.
Poop?
That might be
Pookie.
his.
Pooping terrific.
Oh,
Pookie.
I thought you said cooking.
Pookie
Terrific.
Terrific.
With
Pookie.
K.
Pookie.
Pookie.
Come on, Pookie.
Pookie Terrific. That is definitely a rap
T.
name.
That's Google autocorrect.
Yeah, great.
What were they trying to say? Did it tell you?
Nah, it's just what I was typing in my phone.
Oh, so you're typing stuff.
Yeah, I was texting, typing words.
Who are you
and
texting?
whatever was popping up is what we came up with the fake ones.
Who are you texting?
I have no clue.
Just
I was
texting?
texting you, Alden,
Oh, okay.
but I never sent it.
Yeah, so look for that one, okay?
Leave me alone.
No, that's not real.
Real rapper.
How do they come up with these names?
All right, guys. Really love doing this. Had a blast. See you next time.
Yeah, super fun, guys. Send us your emails. Grab them the brisket@gmail.com. Hit us
all
up
the
socially.
platforms. All the platforms.
Any questions?
Good, bad, and indifferent. We love it all.
We want to hear it all. We're already getting like super amazing like feedback from everybody, so we love it. Keep it up.
Absolutely. Till next week.
Peace out.
Just grab them in the brisket.